Guys, welcome to MyGuy review of Daddy's Home, the new film directed by Sean Anders. He's directed stuff like, you look down his list and it's stuff like Sex Drive. He's the writer of Hot Tub Time Machine. This is Where I'm a League. That's My Boy, the Adam Sandler film. He was the writer in Where the Millers. Directed Horrible Bosses 2, which I really liked, really funny. But his new film, the one we're looking at today, is Daddy's Home, which reunites Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg back together after the hilarious Other Guys, which I'm still waiting for a sequel for. The Other Guys obviously also had people like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Samuel L. Jackson, and of course Batman himself, Michael Keaton. This movie, obviously Daddy's Home, is a new take on kind of like more modern day family, where you've got the dad, as played by Mark Wahlberg, the man's man. You see, when he comes in, makes his entrance, you're like, he's the man's man, right? And then you've got yourself Will Ferrell, the stepdad, who is the Joker dad, who is the kind of like the Will Ferrell of the movie, basically. And what you get is a hilarity film, again similar to The Other Guys, which is really funny. But we have Will Ferrell playing like a radio executive, but he's just having a bit of difficulties being the stepdad to his wife's two kids. I want to say Megan and Dylan, I think, the two kids. But as they start kind of bonding with their stepdad, and he's trying to confide in them, he's trying to find out what's going on, and he's trying to take more interest in their lives. All of a sudden, biological dad Dusty, aka Marky Mark Wahlberg, turns up, and things are gonna change for Will's relationship with the kids, and the kids' relationship with Marky Mark. And then what happens is showmanship, one doing over the other, and it's really funny. Again, similar to The Other Guys, you've got these two amazing actors again, one straight talking Mark Wahlberg, and Will Ferrell, the funny man as always. And as Brad and Dusty both then start living in the same house, they're competing for the children's love and affection, and Dusty kind of like almost trying to put it back on with his ex-wife as well, and all of which is bugging Will Ferrell's character. And what we get then is just a standoff between these two actors, and it's really funny. There's a lot of laugh out loud moments. Yes, the trailer does show some of the kind of the best bits, but there's actually a lot more, which is one thing you always find in comedy films, is do you show all the main bits and then you go watch the film and you think, it's a bit of a letdown. But this was the opposite. This had a lot more going for it. You wouldn't think it by seeing a 2.5 minute trailer. You think, we've seen it all, we've seen all the good bits, but actually there's a lot more LOL in the film. Again, they've done a great job. It's actually produced by Adam McKay, the guy who directed The Other Guys, but hasn't made The Other Guys just yet. Damn it, man, get on with it. And produced by Will Ferrell as well, because I believe he does that now. And it is really funny. So you have these two characters from different worlds, both competing with children, and as the film kind of like unravels, you find out that the showmanship. So there's a gift giving. I don't want to give it away because it is really funny. The two are starting to give gifts to the children, and obviously they're trying to upstage each other, and you're trying to work out what's going on. And as the kind of film unravels, one's gonna win and ends up sleeping elsewhere. That's all I'd say. But then obviously the other one tries to kind of smooth things over, and kind of wants to make it all better again. And then before you know it, you've got these two guys, and you got this again after watching Trainwreck. There's someone in Trainwreck who's really funny, and he makes an appearance in this film. But I don't want to say too much, because again, it's really funny, and you have to watch the film. For those who've seen the film will know who I mean. Obviously Marky Mark and Will Ferrell kind of will make up things by the end of the film, but what you have is you have this really great chemistry between these two actors who've been in a film before, and they get on really well, and it shows. It really shows. If you are kind of thinking, what's the big comedy this year? Is it worth watching? This is the big one. This is the one worth watching. Both Will Ferrell and Wahlberg are on point. This is a really good film. Their chemistry and their comedic timing is amazing. So it's almost like The Other Guys too, but it isn't. But there is a lot of genuinely funny bits and a lot of laugh out loud moments. There are a lot of people who will come out of it maybe not as enthusiastic and loving of it as I was, but they also I just like the two together. They're just really funny, and of course they were in The Other Guys, which I thought was a hilarious film as well. So yeah, so this is not The Other Guys. This is still Daddy's Home, and it's a good take because modern day families have kind of changed a bit and evolved over the time, and so this is kind of like keeping up to the date of kind of like the stepdad who's taking over the kids and kind of looking after them, moving in, and kind of falling and kind of winning the children over slowly. And then you have the real dad who comes along and wants to kind of like reopen all of the old relationships he once had with these children, and kind of struggling at first and then slowly winning them over. And you have this kind of bit of friction, which is really great in the film, but it also kind of shows more of a modern take on things, which is really good. It's quite clever for a movie which is a comedy film to be able to show that, so it can be relatable. A lot of comedies may not be as relatable as you might think, but this is quite relatable. You have two very different father figures as well, something you see a lot, and you have their reasonings as to why they want the affection from the children, from the wife, and everything else. Really funny film.